Welcome to the official YouTube channel for the Colin Cowherd podcast. Go on, hit that subscribe button if you're new so you don't miss any of our great football content this season. Let's talk some World Series. So that's about as good a World Series, especially games 6 and 7, as I've ever seen in my life. So I thought it was really interesting. Dave Roberts pulled all these levers, like he just pulled all these levers and to win a World Series where, he puts in Rojas and then the defensive outfielder in the ninth, and he goes with Yoshi again. Everything worked. But I think, as I was talking to a friend about this, is that Ohtani, Roki, and Yoshi, and right now Yoshi is arguably the best pitcher and Ohtani's the best player. Roki's been moved to the pen. But these Japanese stars, and Japanese baseball is like really high AAA. It's not quite the bigs, but there's great players. And the Dodgers have so separated financially from everybody else on the West Coast that, they always had money, but the gap now between the Dodgers and the Giants and everybody else, the Angels and the Mariners, is that these Japanese stars, between weather and proximity and how well run the organization is, and the Dodgers are smart, so they said, listen, the only downside, the taxes, just defer the payment so you can get paid when you've retired and live somewhere else. Is that a friend of mine in New York was saying, God, our teams are bad. But I said, New York is cold. It's intense, a much harsher media, the city tax. LA is spread out. You can hide. I was in LA 9 years. I'm here right now. You never see pro athletes in LA. You can just hide. You never see celebrities in LA, and they're everywhere. There's writers, directors. Look how many pro teams were in LA. You never see athletes, ever. It's just so spread out. There's so many gated communities. Calabasas, Hidden Hills, Malibu. Everybody's got these enclaves, Beverly Hills, Bel Air, windy roads. You can hide. Thousand Oaks. And I think the Dodgers right now, Steve Cohen's got money with the Mets. The Yankees have money. They just feel like with these Japanese stars, and the other thing, John, those guys don't listen to our media. It's like international NBA players. They come here, they play, and then they go home. They don't get caught up. They play Yoshi plays so loose in these big spots. He's so unaffected by the intensity and the chaos of the World Series. I don't know. I just look at the Dodgers, and I'm not sure there's another organization in North America that's run like they are.
One of my best friends played college baseball, and one of his teammates, was like a fringe big leaguer, AAA guy, and signed a deal with the Japanese team when Ohtani, right before he came over, when he was alleged over there. And they went over and visited and went to the games, and they were at the highest level. And they said that it felt like an SEC football game. The intensity in the environment in Japan, the way these Yamamoto and Ohtani grew up playing. They make it, right, when they're 16, 17, 18 years old, start playing in that league. And they just said the intensity of the crowd would be like going to Alabama, Auburn. How much these people know about baseball and how much they care. So these guys, the bright lights, completely unfazed. When Ohtani was like 1 of 25 through the first whatever of the playoffs, it wasn't because he was overwhelmed, just he couldn't see the baseball, right? But the difference, I would say, of baseball, like the Warriors can't win unless Steph is incredible during the playoffs, right? In the NFL, you can have a random guy make a big play in a Super Bowl or an NFC championship, but your star quarterback, your star pass rusher have to come through or you will lose. In baseball, that's not really how it works. I was a Giants fan. Cody Ross in 2010 hit home runs off Roy Halladay that no one saw coming in Philadelphia. The Dodgers won the World Series last night. You could argue because they rolled out 4 guys they're paying a combined $1.5 billion to, or because their ninth hitter in the ninth inning hits a game-tying home run where they were going to lose the World Series. And then that same guy almost falls, throws home, and then their backup center fielder, who had been benched, I'm watching with my wife. She falls out of her chair. She's like, what just happened? That had to be one of the crazier plays in World Series because it looked like he was going to basket catch it. And this random center fielder tackles him like he's Ed Reed across the middle and saves the game. But that's baseball. It's not. It wasn't Ohtani.
It was Will Smith. It wasn't Freddie. Will Smith.
Rojas and that big guy in center field.
Yeah, it's and I think
That's what makes baseball pretty unique in the playoffs. It's not just your stars.
yeah, and I think and again, even when if you go back and look at the great Yankee teams with Jeter and Bernie and Posada, it was Scott Brocious from McMinnville, Oregon, coming up big. So like nobody had a problem when the Yankees were buying the best players, because people understood that Posada and Jeter, that was part of the Yankee farm system. Well, go look at the Dodgers. They haven't missed. I mean, they draft. I mean, Max Muncy was released from Oakland. They I think they traded for Blake Snell. I mean, these guys are available on the market. The Steinbrenners could have afforded to buy Yoshi. They spent 300 million. The Dodgers said 335. They don't win the series without him. So they identify
No
they
chance.
identify who they want. They're aggressive. I think where I see their money being an advantage, because Mookie Betts did not, outside of September, just didn't hit this year. Played a very good shortstop, didn't hit. Freddie Freeman's more offensive than defensive player, and Ohtani had real struggles at the plate throughout the playoffs. Where the Dodgers have an advantage, the Asian stars, obviously, but it's to get a Glass now or a Snell who may not give you a ton of starts during the regular season. Most teams cannot afford to pay a guy if he's not giving you 25. I mean, Yoshi's the only guy that he never misses a start. Like he's a true bona fide ace. Like Verlander in his prime, you're getting 30 starts. They can go get a Snell and a Glass now, remarkably talented guys, and get 10, 12 starts in the regular season and just push them off to September. That's the advantage they have. But you can also, lots of teams could defer payments, and they don't. The Dodgers do. So, yes, money is clearly but I think to your point, Yoshi was great. But there were a lot of guys slumping. I mean, if you go back to this World Series, the Blue Jays out-hit the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers in Game 6 won. I think they had 4 hits. I mean, they struggled the whole series to hit. Football season's here, and if you want to go to an NFL or college football game, Game Time is the place for you. The Game Time app just gives you the advantage back to you, the fans. It's a hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. I love it. Easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means you can trust you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. 100%. So they even let you preview your seat on the app. That's special. Plus, fees are always included. So what you see is what you pay every time. Take the guesswork out of buying professional football tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account. If you use the code Colin, COLIN, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account, redeem code COLIN, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today.
I actually think baseball is much closer to football in terms of didn't the Dodgers was it 2 years ago? I mean, almost got beat by the Padres in the play. It's
Listen,
baseball. I don't care how good your team is. In basketball, when I got the Kevin Durant Warriors, I'm going to need Achilles tears and ACL tears to lose. Other than that, I'm a lock to win. Shaq, Kobe, Lakers, some of these teams, it's going to be 90% chance I win. The Dodgers roster can't get much better, and it was really difficult for them to
listen,
win. Honestly, they probably should have lost.
they
That's
they won a
baseball.
World Series last year with really average starting pitching, and they won a World Series this year with a really average bullpen, which is virtually impossible to do if you're leaking in the back end. I mean, Yoshi basically is why they won the World Series. But I will say, having spent 9 years full time in Los Angeles, they just don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't. I mean, they let Zach Greinke go. They could have made a big bid for him. He went to Arizona. They let Manny Machado go. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and they've also let Cody Bellinger go. They've let good players, leave. So money's obviously a part, but I mean, the truth is, in the NBA during the David Stern years, money was a part, but the New York Knicks weren't winning. Some people don't spend the money as wisely. I mean, we know game day revenue. The Giants and the Jets have much greater game day revenue than Green Bay. Green Bay spends their
Yeah.
money more wisely. So,
When I was working in radio, I got to go to a lot of the A's were really good then, kind of in Billy Bean's prime, and the Giants were winning a bunch of World Series. And I think sometimes in baseball, especially probably over the last decade, it gets overlooked because we spend so much time talking about these kind of the quote unquote nerds running the
right.
sport. I do think the best kind of nerds understand character and
Yeah.
cohesion. And one thing you watch with the Dodgers, like feels like all these guys like each
Yes.
other, and they got a good. I would say with the Blue Jays, it jumped off the
Yeah.
screen. It was like this team looks like a college team all playing together. The San Francisco Giants always had that. Billy Bean always did a really good job of finding the right mix of guys. Baseball is about more, and you watch the Yankees, it seems like missing a little something. That's the knock. Like at the end of the day in baseball, you still got to have some fast guys that can run. And you watch the Dodgers and definitely the Blue Jays. They got their best players are
Yes.
athletes. The Yankees are a good example. Their best players all look like move like defensive tackles. It's like you guys need a
Well, the
little speed
Yankees
here.
strike out too much. They don't play small ball. The Dodgers have the ability to, I mean, listen, Toronto hit the ball more consistently. The Dodgers had the better starting pitching. I mean, if you go back to the last year's World Series, the only time the Yankees competed with the Dodgers is when Garrett Cole pitched. The Yankees didn't look athletic enough, didn't run the bases well. They're not a very good defensive team. The Yankees strike out too much, and they have tons of money. So, I mean,
You think that's one of the most thrilling endings to a World
oh,
Series you've ever seen? I mean,
I think Game 6 and Game 7, the final innings are the greatest, most drama filled. You have to go back to the 75, I think it was 75 World Series. It was Reds against the Red Sox. It's that Carlton Fisk homer at Fenway where he's, waving
yeah.
at it. And I remember watching that as a kid. I mean, that's the first baseball memory I have is like the 74, 75, 76 Cincinnati Reds because I was in Seattle. We didn't have the Mariners yet. And that's when I fell in love with football over baseball. But mid 70s, the Big Red Machine, I fell in love with it. And that had, I mean, I can go back to that series and throw names at you of guys you've never heard. But I thought the magnitude, it was just so, I mean, Dave Roberts had to pull so many damn levers, going with Rojas, like old guy. I'm not even sure when his last home run was. Dave Roberts said after his wife kept telling Rojas the whole series, "You're going to hit a home run in this series. You are," and he's like, "I'm not playing. I'm not getting up." She's like, "You're going to hit a home run tonight." So I just thought it was just everything: the announcing, the imagery, Fox, the Blue Jays. I mean, Blue Jays over under was like 78.5. Talk about a team that just mashed and overachieved. Good for them.